shameless self-promotion and tell the people how amazing you are?
I'll do that. Yeah, no problem. By the
Thanks,
way,
Robert.
yeah, those of you, and by the way, we got over 100 people in the room. Is that amazing or what?
Amazing.
Before I get started, I want to share that I think GoGo is just absolutely amazing. We met at Top Golf, and I'm not a golfer. I don't know if you're a golfer, GoGo, but back then, this like 4 years ago. You remember that?
I don't know if I do. Tell me more.
Okay, so I don't remember what city it was in. It might have been Arizona.
Oh,
And
Cleveland. Cleveland?
nope, it wasn't Cleveland.
Cincinnati?
Huh?
Wasn't a
You
hundred
don't
or something?
remember, go. I'm going to tell the story. Don't even,
Okay, go.
you already said you don't remember, so it's all good. But Go was there. She was. I was like, who's this person? She looks like she's got a sparkle to her, but she looks kind of shy. Like you were by yourself, okay, and there was nobody else around, and I was by myself. Well, actually, my wife and I were together, but we were by ourselves. And so I just came over and said, hey, and you were like, yeah, I'm GoGo. And I was like, oh, I think I've heard that name. But it was like 4 years ago. It was when we were both sort of getting started. Now I'm in your shadow now. But
Stop it. Stop it. Everybody knows Nolly Williams' name in
but
the
it
company.
but it's funny because I was, we're both introverts. And that, I just got so much comfort out of you saying, hey, I'm shy, I'm introverted. And I was like, hey, that's the way I am. Even though I'm in social media, I do stuff like that. But we have found a way to word, we've transcended our shyness, okay? Because there is a bigger mission for which we were sent into this world, and we're here to play big. And I just got to say, I'm super excited to see what you've done as an entrepreneur. You're a model for so many, and everyone that I talk to that's part of Team GoGo absolutely Team GoGo. So you know,
Thank you.
I appreciate what you're doing. I appreciate what you're doing for the community and for the industry. And so I just want to commend you for that. So thank you.
Thank you so much. You are amazing.
Thank you. Thank you. Yeah, when we've done some stuff together, we do a great job as well. So thank you. It's a big honor to be in front of the group. What I want to talk about today is listings. Okay, list, and hopefully I can take away some fear around listings and some of um, the apprehension or anxiety around it, and really share with you at a top level. Okay, you asked me to share about me, so I got into the listing game.
Your average.
Yeah, yeah. In fact, my last year in production, I did 153 transactions as a solo agent. And the cool thing is, I was working 2, 3 hours a day. Okay. So I'm going to share a lot of those secrets. Well, they're really not secrets, but people treat them like they are. But before I do that, I want to hear from you. I want you to throw it in the chat. Um, now here's what I firmly believe. You're listening to the sound of my voice. You're in real estate. Okay, I know you are. You don't want to get out of the game. I heard a statistic go that 30% of our agents are going to be out of the business in the next 12 months. Okay, not going to happen on my watch. Okay, not going to happen.
Tina Call shared a percentage, and I can't remember what it was, but I want to say she said 20%
20.
of I think it was 20% of the future real estate will be done in the next 2 years, will be done by agents who are not even
Licensed
licensed.
yet. That's right. That's right. Yeah, Gino's shared that with me too, and that's incredible. I mean, the opportunity is so big, but what I'm going to share with you today is going to not only keep you in business, it's going to help you thrive over the next really decade, but specifically in the next 18 to 24 months. Okay, when we really need to thrive big. So if you're not in the listings, I want to hear in the chat what's keeping you from going all in on listings. First of all, are you all in on listings? Is that your main ingredient, um, or not? And what's stopping you? I want to hear it in the chat. I want to see what's holding you back. Throw it in the chat, and then Uncle Nolly's gonna put his glasses on because I try to pretend like I can see, but I can't. I can't see anymore. I don't know what's going on. All right.
Letters are
So,
getting smaller.
okay. So somebody says, look at this. Look at this. I'm brand new and so excited. Haven't even received my actual license yet. What's up? Hey, you're in the right place with Team GoGo. And finishing up my coursework. Okay, cool. Would love to go for listings. I don't know where, Veronica says, I don't even know where to start with listings. That was Natalie that said she's brand new. Somebody else said confidence and knowledge. Like, duh, man, I'm not confident about it. Somebody said, I don't have the right systems and follow up. The majority of the leads I have are buyer leads. Okay, that's Steve. Anna says it's a confidence thing. Val says, man, I'm moving from Alabama to California. So that's a fresh start. By the way, Val, I want to share with you, when I got in the game, I moved to a new city. Okay, and I still took 21 listings in my first 74 days. Brand new to the city. I'm going to show you how I did it. Jenny says, where do I find buyers? You know what's the #1 way to find buyers, Jenny? Have more listings. When you have listings, when you're a listing specialist, the buyers just show up, okay? They just come out of the woodwork. Giselle says, well, duh, I'm a brand new agent. Like, that's the reason why I'm not really on the listing thing. Listing agent in New Braunfels, okay, mostly for investors, okay, Melinda, cool. And then, okay, so I'm getting sort of a profile here. What I want to share with you is sort of my story. So when I got into real estate, I came from the music industry. Okay, I had been in the music game, was doing very well in that game. I got into the music industry when I was 23 years old. Now I became an entrepreneur when I was 12. Okay, how old were you, GoGo, when you first became an entrepreneur?
Oh, I'm a late bloomer, clearly. I did move out when I was 14 from home because they had one too many rules for me. And I was like, my dad always said, as long as you live in my house, these are the rules. And if not, that's the front door. And I was like, okay, rules or front door? So I chose the front door at age 14. I moved out. But I pretty much worked for the man until I was about 29 when I started questioning my existence and why I'm here, and started reading books and going to events. So I'm much later than you. So not until 29-ish I started looking into it.
Well, I mean, being a late bloomer is not too bad because you have like exactly. Okay, I'm glad you said it that way because I was gonna say like I have over 300 agents, you have over 1,000. So and we started about the same time. Okay, so I definitely clearly need to work on my Zoom filters because you definitely have some better filters than me.
But I love yours. You look kind of like a cartoon figure.
Well,
I was actually thinking, I'm like, I like your filter. What is it?
This is all natural. What you talking about? My filter? I don't.
Oh, really?
Yeah, this is called beach. This is called Siesta Key for a week. That's this filter. That's yeah, and my tan is popping. You really can't see it, but I won't take my shirt off. Anyway, let me get back on track. So, I became an entrepreneur at age 12. I left home when I was 16, okay, because I did not like rules either, and I was abused as a kid, okay, and you know what happens? I had a bipolar mom. She had a master's degree in psychology, but she was very angry. I mean, really angry, and so she would beat us with extension cords, anything she can get her hands on, and I got tired of it. I was like, I'm out of here. Plus, my mom had a lot of the rules. But she was just very angry. My dad and her divorced or separated when I was about 6 or 7. I have the same name as my dad. And people ask me all the time, man, is Knolly a nickname? Like, why would I pick why would I pick that as a nickname? That's my name. I'm Knolly Jr., by the way. So my dad had the exact same name. Mom hated dad, therefore she, quote, hated me. And she told me about it every day. She was like, boy, you'll never amount to anything. I'm sorry I ever had you. You were a mistake, and so on, okay? And so no child should ever have to hear that. And I got tired of hearing it, GoGo. So when I was 16, I was out. I'm out of here, and I left. And I was really more or less homeless for a couple of years. I went from house to house, stayed with this friend, that friend, got into all kinds of trouble. I mean, you name it, I got into it. Until I was 18 when my uncle went to Los Angeles where I was living, and pretty much rescued me. You know, you talk about, you see like rescue puppies and things like that. It's cute and nice, but I kind of feel like that's how I was. Like I was out there and my uncle was like, boy, you need to come visit Texas, come hang with me for a little while. And so I did, reluctantly. I didn't want to leave California. But I saw a whole new way of life, a whole new way that I could be doing stuff that was actually legal, okay, and good for me and wholesome. And so that was the path that I went on. And when I was 23 years old, I started my very first company full time, which was a record label, okay. I did that for 10 years. By the time I was 29, GoGo, I made my first $1 million at the age of 29. In fact, I made $2 million that year. As a 29-year-old, I was making $150,000 a month, okay? I was making 6 figures monthly, all right? Now, the problem was I was spending 160. That's dumb with a capital D, all right? So I didn't know, I didn't respect money. I didn't know how to use money. I didn't know about money. And so even though I was making lots of money, and this is a problem that many entrepreneurs run into, even though you might learn how to make money, you also have to learn to be wise like GoGo and invest it and keep it and know when to not put it in accounts because of the interest you'll pay. You have to become money smart. That came later for me, okay? And so
I wanted to say, yes, you don't want to be GoGo age 35. You would want to be GoGo age 41.
that's it. That's
age
it.
35, GoGo made $420,000 that year, and we were $89,000 in credit card debt.
Oh my goodness. Wow. Wow.
So,
wow. Yeah.
there are phases for each person, right? What you
there are.
Point, yeah. So make sure when you're looking at someone's where they at today and where they coming from, right? Don't choose the part where they're coming from.
Yeah.
Choose where they at.
Well, and the cool thing about that is, you know, everyone is entitled to learn, but I got to tell you, there is an easier way to learn than the hard way. Okay, there's an easier way to learn than the way I learned it or the way GoGo learned it, and that's the reason why what GoGo's doing, you know, with Team GoGo, what I'm doing with my group, we're cutting a 5 to 7 year learning curve off your trajectory of success. Okay, so if you just do what GoGo says, you'll get the success. Don't be experimenting with this. Okay, just do the core things that she says, and you will succeed at a very high level.
This is exactly why they're doing these classes, right? And this is why I want you to see people's stories.
Yeah.
Because stories, I never forget, stories sell.
Yeah.
Facts tell.
That's right. That's right.
Right? So you may not remember the facts of how Knolly is going to share his listing knowledge, right?
Yeah.
You might not remember the facts that he's going to share, but you will sure remember his story.
Well,
right? And you're going to find something in there. And then next time when you are having a hardship, you're like, well, if Knolly could do it, I can do it. This is why you have to see it, because when you're looking up to someone where they are today, there isn't such a thing as an overnight success.
Correct.
There's a whole lot of overnights. There's years and years and years worth of overnights and a whole lot of lessons. And as Knolly said, learn from each other's lessons. If I can learn something from Knolly's mistakes, so then I don't commit those mistakes, because when I do, it hurts.
That's right.
If I learn a lesson from Knolly, it doesn't hurt. I'm not just, oh, I remember that story that Knolly shared. I'm never going to do that. Right? This is why instead of when having people to come and go straight into their presentation, I always have them come and tell us a little about themselves, so you can find some relatability, something that you have in common with that person, or even if you don't have something in common with, hopefully none of us have his childhood in common, right? Because that would hurt, right? But hopefully we can thank our lucky stars that we didn't have to go through that.
Well, and the interesting thing is, as I've done a lot of healing, I'm the business healer. That's my title now, and so I'm sharing this with you because I never used to share my story because I was ashamed of it. I didn't like to talk about the fact that I would wake up every morning and have to put on long sleeve shirts to cover the welts that were inflicted on me the night before when my mom was in a bipolar state, or she was in her manic state. And by the way, like I said, she had a master's degree in psychology. Okay, so I always say my sister and I feel like we grew up in a POW camp. Now we realized it wasn't that bad. Okay, it wasn't. Yeah, but that was our perspective of it because mom was a psychological master at, you know, she was a genius in that area, and she used it in the wrong way, okay, which is what some people choose to do. But thank God, you know, I've broken that cycle, okay? It stops with me, and the violence, the anger, the all that, that's gone. You know, I learned that I'm not here in this realm for that. I'm here for something much bigger. And that's why I want to help you succeed, because I know there's a lot of people that have been told, or they might even believe within their heart, that they can't do it. You'll never amount to anything. You can't do what GoGo's done. Man, you can't be like Knolly Williams. You think you can, you don't even, you know, no, 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 no. I want you to get rid of those self-limiting beliefs because they don't serve you. And so fast forward when I got into real estate, you know, when I was 26, we bought a 10-acre property, a 6,000 square foot home, had an office building on it, had a recording studio on the property. I was in the music industry. I had the #1 Christian rap label in the world, okay? And that's not saying a whole lot, by the way, but it was a niche of a niche, and we were #1. We had 18 artists on the label. We were doing really well, distributed through EMI Capital. And we looked up one day and we were like, wait a minute, the industry's changing and our sales are going down. So our sales went down 70% in 1 year. Okay, so we had a $42,000 a month payroll, and it was bad. And that's how I got into real estate. You know, probably you did something before you got into real estate. You know, many of us did. And when I got into this game, I had lost everything. I lost my house. Okay, it was in foreclosure. We sold it at the last minute, and I left with a few pennies, but I didn't know about being wise with finances. I was in debt, okay? So I was starting over from scratch. Maybe that's you. Maybe you've done this before. And when I got into the real estate game, I was 33 years old. And how I got into it, we sold our house for $500,000 back then in '03. And I remember distinctly paying my RE/MAX agent $30,000 to sell my house, okay? And I looked at the settlement statement, I was like, I wonder if I could do that. So I talked to Jack McDonald, my RE/MAX guy, the guy that sold my house. I said, Jack, you think I could sell real estate? And, you know, GoGo is interesting because I had a self-limiting belief. I thought maybe people that looked like me, that maybe had my, you know, my tan, my kind of a tan, maybe people wouldn't, you know, maybe people wouldn't do business with me because you know, my tan is darker than yours. I don't know, you know, but there's a lot of limiting beliefs that we have. He was like, Knolly, anybody can do this. And when I looked at Jack, I was like, I love Jack. Jack, he's a cool guy. But I was like, yeah, you're probably right. You're probably right, Jack. So that's how I got in the game, but I studied the game. Listen to me, I studied the game. And what I learned was that if you want to master the game, listen to me, if you want to master this game, listings. Listings, listings, listings. So from day one, GoGo, I decided I'm going to focus on listings. Why am I going to wait? You know, people tell me all the time, well, I'm going to be a buyer agent, and one day I'll graduate to become a listing specialist. One day when I paid my dues, when I put in enough stripes, I'll focus on listing. One day I'll do that. Well, that wasn't my mindset. My mindset was, look, I'm coming out of bankruptcy. Okay, I was yes, I was bankrupt. Yes, I've had a home foreclosed. Yes, I was in foreclosure at the time. Yes, I've had to short sell a home before. I've faced all kind of failure, and I was like, I've got to succeed at this. What do I need to do? And so I went right for the meat of it and the heart of it. And even Jack told me, and I read every book I could, it all said listings. So that's what I did from day one. And here's the interesting thing, when I got my first business cards, people are, and I know you're right now like, man, Knolly, when are you gonna get to the tactics and strategies? I'm gonna get to it. But when I got my first business cards, it didn't say realtor. It didn't say you real estate professional and all. My title on my very first business card was listing specialist. That's me. I'm a listing specialist. Now, I had never worked with a buyer, never worked with a seller, but I came out of the gate knowing that listings was the game. That is the game. Trust me on this. If you focused on listings before the market went like it went, you got no problem. Okay, because listings is the game for any market. When the market's up, listings. When the market's down, listings. Yeah, that's it. That's the game. So people
Yeah, I
say,
remember someone, I put it in the comments, but someone really young in my career said, you list, you last.
if you list, you last. Okay, and if you don't want to last, don't list. So you just got to figure out where you want to where you want to fit in. So here's what. Now, by the way, it's not fake it till you make it. People, oh, it's fake it till you make it. No, in this game, aren't you able to Can't you specialize in anything you want? Yes. So I decided I was a listing specialist. Now, I didn't put on there that I was a mega agent, top lister. No, that came later. But nobody, guess how many people questioned me when they got my business card? Well, how long have you been selling homes? Have you listed any home? It said listing specialist. They didn't even bother to ask. So my very first one, the card said, oh, we've been looking for a listing specialist. Boom, they hired me. Got the job done. Went to the next one, got the job done. And just rinse and repeat. The other thing about listings that I like is that listings are highly leverageable. What does that mean? That means if you could work 20 buyers in a year, you could work 60 listings in the same amount of time. Let me say it again. In the same amount of time that you could do 60 listings, you could do 20 buyers. Okay? Because listings is highly leverageable. What do I mean by that? What I mean is that I came up with a 46-step system for listings. Step 1, generate the lead. Step 40 is close the transaction. Then there's 6 steps that happen after closing. There's 46 steps. But when you're a listing when you really learn how to manage your time, because that's what we're talking about, okay? You get it down to the point where there's only 2 to 3 things that you personally have to do on any transaction. Okay, 2 to 3 things. By the way, another thing I want to share with you is that I've never marketed for a buyer. Okay, doesn't mean that I didn't get tons of buyers. Okay, that's not what I'm saying. I've never marketed for a buyer. I had a guy come to me one time in our group. He was in Ontario, Canada. He was like, man, I can't realize why I'm getting all these buyers, man. I'm trying to do listings. I said, let me look at your marketing materials. So GoGo, I looked at all his marketing materials. He was talking about interest rates and this and that. I've never marketed that way. My marketing is always, are you thinking about selling your home? List with Knolly. Hey, by the way.
You have to be very intentional. But
intentional.
Most of us don't even realize what we do because we are creatures of habits, right?
That's right.
So you have to be intentional. I say it this way all the time. How much money you make is absolutely in your control.
That's right.
If you post a $200,000 home on the market, marketing it, right, you're going to have buyers that are in a $200,000 price range. If you post $1 million home, you're going to find buyers in the $1 million price range. So the same thing, it's in your control. So if you constantly post seller stuff, you're going to get sellers.
Absolutely.
If you constantly post interest rates and what's going on in the market on the buy side, you're going to get buyers. So
that's
it's
right.
in your control.
That's
and
right.
Be intentional of what you're putting there out into the world because that's what's going to come back at you.
That's right. That's absolutely right. Now, what I'm going to do, I'm going to get into some tactics. Is that okay, GoGo, or you want to just do interview stuff?
Everybody's dying.
Okay. So I'm going to get into some nuts and bolts. But what I want to tell you, man, I look good in Zoom. I got to tell this tan, boy, look at that. Boy, that's nice. And by the way, I'm a beach bum now. I spend a lot of time on the beach. I work 3 hours a day, GoGo, 3 hours a day, 4 days a week. That's my schedule. And I get a lot of sleep too. I'm going to share with you how to do this.
Take notes. I thought I was killing it working 3 days a week, but those 3 days I'm working like a mad woman.
Oh damn, 3 days a week is nice. I like 3 days a week. That's sweet. But I'm
it's 16-hour days, so I think I like your way. I like 3 days a week, 3 hours a day.
Yeah, so what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna go through this, and don't worry, I'm gonna go through the material quickly, but you're gonna have a rewind button because I believe we're recording this. You'll be able to go back, rewind, don't worry about it. And I'm gonna give you some more resources that you're not gonna have to pay for, okay? Free resources, that's my favorite 4-letter word. Free resources. By the way, I gotta put a shout out to EXP. I just have to do this because EXP allowed me and GoGo to do so much stuff without having to worry about charging for it. I mean, I get, my revenue share comes in, I'm good. I get to spend time on the beach, help you, and I'm good. So I'm gonna share stuff with Team GoGo. You're gonna have some additional resources that you don't have to pay for. I'll get that to you. So with that, let's go right into, I'm gonna share a few slides with you. So I do have a podcast called Success with Listings. You'll write that down because there's a book that I wrote called Success with Listings also. And people ask me all the time, Knolly, I want to pick your brain. I want to know how you're getting all these listings. And I wrote a 450-page book. You don't think I'm a nerd? Trust me, I'm a nerd. You know, I don't know if you knew this, GoGo, but I was taking computer programming classes when I was 12 years old. Okay, and I used to try to, when I was running the streets. I know. Don't look down on me now, guys, because I know some of you did that. Some of y'all ran those streets. When I was running the streets, I was trying to be a thug, trying to be a gangster in Los Angeles, but I just wasn't that good at it. I've always been a nerd. I like computers, okay?
Yeah.
And so I wrote a, you know, you know what I'm talking about. Hey, when you see a good-looking nerd like me and GoGo, we look good, but we're nerds, right? So it's like, what do you mean? Anyway, so Success with Listings is a book that I wrote that is going to break this down for you. You can take all, it's a reference manual. It's got 5-star reviews, been out for 7 years, and it's all evergreen. So the stuff that's in there are tactics that work today. So don't worry about having to catch all this in our session today. I'm going to leave some time for questions too. Again, 96% of my focus has been listings, 1,000 taken during my first 10 years, and I'm dedicated to paying it forward. Thank you for being here. I know there's a lot of places you could be, but you chose to be with us today. So what are we going to learn? I want to teach you first about the 3 buckets where all the listing leads that you need are going to come from. There are 8 key sources for listing leads. I know you want to know those. I'm not going to spend a lot of time parked there because I have another video that I did for EXP University that goes into that. And it's like a 30-minute video where I break it down. So I don't have to repeat that here, but I'll give you the link to it so you'll have it. And then I'm going to share with you the 5 actions that you have to take right now. When? Right now, if you want to upgrade your Success with Listings. So with that, my dream life goes like this: earning $250,000 or more. This is for you. Earning $250,000 or more a year, working 20 to 30 hours a week or less, nights and weekends off, 4 to 5 vacations a year, and being debt free. This is the life that listings affords you. And if that's the life you want, that's what I'm here to talk about. By the way, if you want it, I want to hear you in the chat. Let me put up the chat. I want you to throw me a amen, a yes, a thumb up, something. Okay, so it knows. Okay, I got some amens in the house. What's up? I got 5. Hell yeah. Okay, we won't say the F word, but y'all know what I'm talking about. This is my tribe right here. Okay, I want it. This is what you can have, and I got to tell you, man, it's lighting up like a Christmas tree. I love you guys. I love you. So this is the lifestyle that I had by my second year, certainly by my 3rd year in the business. And you don't have to wait for this lifestyle. I hope you got that out of it. So how do you find listings? First of all, I want you to understand that there are only 3 buckets that you need to worry about or focus on or be intentional about when it comes to listings, okay? And they are these. Now, if you were to ask me to say, hey, Knolly, you took over 1,200 listings in your career, where did they all come from? I got to tell you, over 90% of them came from these 3 buckets. Okay, so that's really good news. By the way, you don't have to pay money for leads when it comes to the listing game. Oh, I got to buy leads. I got to buy. Well, you can do that if you want to do a lot of business with strangers. Okay, but I'm going to show you an easier way to do it. Your sphere of influence, your farm, and your niche. From these 3 buckets, you'll generate all the leads that you ever need. Okay, and it's that simple. And I'm going to show you quickly how to do this. The first one, and by the way, my book breaks it all down. Okay, from A to Z. It's $20 on Amazon. If you can't afford it, I'll send GoGo the PDF. You can hit her up. She'll send you the PDF of it. Okay. If you don't want I say get the hard copy because it's 450 pages and you're going to want it there in front of you printed out. So don't worry about trying to take notes. You can take notes. Don't worry. That's cool. But Uncle Knolly's going to give you resources afterwards so you won't be left hanging. So an easy 18-touch campaign for your sphere of influence. That's what SOI stands for, your sphere of influence. A monthly e-newsletter. You can use any system you want, okay? I happen to use More Solds. It's one that I created for my team years ago, and we still put it out. It's $5 a month. And that's a automated newsletter that goes to your SOI, your sphere of influence. That costs you $60 a year for that, okay? Now, a quarterly postcard mailed to your SOI. Now, listen to me. If you have a mailing list of, say, 300 homes, some of you I already hear you, man, Knolly, I don't have a big SOI. Start meeting people. We'll talk about that. But let's say you have an SOI. You clean up your database, step one, and then you figure out, okay, I've got 200, 300 people, whatever that number is, in my sphere of influence. And you really have a bigger list than you think. If you go through your phone, you'll see, go through the contacts, right? You'll scroll through there. You'll see that you have more than you think. But once you clean it up, you'll say, you know, there's about 250 to 300 people that I really want to mail out to. So every quarter, you just mail them a postcard, okay? And by the way, that shouldn't cost you a dime because your sponsors are going to pay the entire cost. I'll explain how that works when I get into the next slide. And then a semi-annual call to your top 200 people. Okay, that means twice a year, you're calling, you're picking up the phone, you're putting in a short call. You know, hey Charlie, how's it going? How are you and Suzanne doing? Hope you guys are doing great. And by the way, when you make that call, have the right energy around it. Have the energy when you get into your lead generation bunker every single day. Have the energy around generating more business. But when you're making the call, don't have any agenda. You're just calling to see how they're doing. Hey, it's been a while since I reached out to you. I saw on Facebook you guys just got a new puppy. Looks like Clarissa just went off to college. I just want to see how how are y'all doing with the new dog and everything? How's it going? That's it. That's the conversation. People say, Knolly, what's my script? It's the script of no script. It's the unscript, okay? How are you doing? Is there anything I can help you with? You need a plumber. Oh, you need a painter? Oh, you need a mortgage person? Okay, we got Megan. We got Megan in the house. We know we can help you with anything. Okay, I can help you with anything. And by the way, the conversation's always going to get back to you. Well, how are you doing? Well, you know what? I'm doing real good. You know, this is happening. I'm doing that. I'm doing this. But I got a big problem right now. You know what my big problem? They're going to say, what's your problem? Oh, you know, maybe you can help me with this problem. My problem is inventory. Inventory. I don't have enough. I need more. In fact, I'm looking to help 3 families by the end of May. I got to help these families, okay? I got to get them into something, or I've got to, you know, there's 3 families I'm looking to help. Who do you know that's looking to sell? Or maybe even buy something. That's the conversation. You're just making those to your top 200. Now, this is a super easy, when you think about it, you're working 22 days a month, okay? So look at that, what that would be in 6 months, okay? You're gonna make like 2 calls a day, okay, to your SOI. Or you're gonna have an SOI day where you make all your calls for the week. Whatever works better for you, you know, and then maybe you'll send them a Christmas card or a New Year's card. That's an 18 touch campaign, and that campaign will cost you less than $100 a year. How much? Less than $100 a year. I hear people all the time, well, I don't have money. Who said anything about money? You know, I'm going to show you how to farm for free as well. Now, farming, and I know you guys you got questions. I get that. You know, Uncle Knolly's going to go through it, and then we'll have time for Q&A. So farming is something that you can also do for free. Okay, just think about this. Pick a geographical area that's close by. Make it about 500 to 1,000 or more homes. The more, the better. But let's say you start with 1,000 houses. Okay, it's got to be. I would like to see you pick a farm that has a 7% turn. 7%. That means if you got 1,000 homes in that farm, 7% of them sell. That's 70 a year actually turn. Okay, and then you know, it's the price range in that farm should be commensurate with the price range of the homes that you want to list. So maybe you want to go for homes that are 500 and above or 700 and above, whatever that is for you. Okay, do the research, make sure it meets the criteria, and then you start farming. I had a guy not too long ago. He says, "Man, I started farming. It didn't work for me." I said, "What'd you do?" He said, "I sent out postcards. And I just never got anybody. I just didn't get a lot of response. So I did it for like a year and I stopped." Guys, I got to tell you, that's not farming. Sending postcards out? See, when you farm, you're running for mayor of that area. You're running for the mayor, Okay, so it's got to be a multi-tiered approach. Write that down, a multi-tiered attack. Think about if you were waging war. Hate to use that word, but that's kind of what I'm thinking on. You're basically putting a campaign together. You're going to win this block, or you're going to win this subdivision. You're going to win this territory. Guess what? You're going to send in a couple of troops and think, man, they're going to run out with their tail between their legs. You have to hit them hard. You have to have an air assault. You got to hit them by land, by sea. Every which way they're getting bombarded until they basically surrender. Okay? So when you're thinking about a farm, I mean, you're doing, instead of doing open houses, you're doing events in that area. Okay? We don't call them open houses. Like, I didn't do open houses. I did wine tastings. Okay? And who did I invite? All the neighbors. Hey, we're going to have a wine tasting at 624 Hickory. That's going to be this Saturday. You want to come taste some wine? I've got such and such vineyards out there. They're going to be sampling their wines. We're just going to have a good time. Oh, we're doing a happy hour. Oh, no, we're having a pizza party. Oh, wait a minute. We're going to such and such. Like, you go to the local Chinese restaurant, might be a half a mile away. Say, look, I need you to bring a dish of your best Chinese food, okay? And I want you to do a buy one, get one free coupon, because I'm going to have the whole neighborhood at this house that we're holding open. I'm going to have the whole neighborhood there. Okay. Now you go and you knock the doors. You get that Chinese food place to say, yeah, we'll be there. Now you're not feeding people. It's just like going to Costco. You're not going to give them a plate of food. They're just getting a sample. That's it. All right. So now you have a restaurant that sponsored it. They're bringing the food. Okay. Just going to give everybody a little taste and a buy one, get one free coupon. Now, when you go around to the doors, you say, hey, we're going to have Chinese food. We're going to have a Chinese food tasting, okay, with a wine pairing, and that's going to be this Saturday. We're going to be doing it from 1 o'clock to 4. Are you in? You bring the whole family. Anybody else in the neighborhood you want to invite? That's what we're going to be doing. And by the way, if you show up, I'm going to buy you dinner. We're going to make sure you get a free Chinese food dinner out of it, okay? Then when they get there, they get the buy one, get one free coupon. So the whole point of it is you are doing postcards also. How are you going to do postcards for free? Write this down. You're going to use every door direct mail, EDDM. Most of you know about it, okay? It's 20 cents per door. And if you have 1,000 home farm, how much does that cost? 20 cents times 1,000. $200. You're right. Yeah, genius is here. So now you go to GotPrint, or your favorite printer. I like GotPrint, GOTPRINT.com, GotPrint.com. I wish they would pay me to endorse them. They don't, but they're really good and they're cheap. So you can get 1,000 postcards printed, okay? And it might cost you $20 for 1,000 of them, okay? So now you've got the postage of $200, and you got $20 for the printing of the postcards, okay? You got to get them mailed to you and all that. So now you go to 4 trades. Listen to me now. You go to 4 trades, and on the back of the postcard, okay, so on the front of the postcard is all your information. Are you thinking about selling your home? What could your home be worth in today's hot market or in today's shifting market? What's your home worth today? You know, let me do a free market analysis. However your marketing is, it's got to be seller-centric. And on the back of the postcard, you've got 4 trades. Okay, you've got a handyman, you've got a lawn service, you've got a painter, and maybe you have, some other trade, a roofer, whatever. It doesn't matter. And each of them pays you $75 to be on the back of your postcard. Okay, think about this for a minute. 75 times 4 is how much? That's right, $300. How much did it cost you? Less than $250. All right, so you're actually making money to farm. Your postcard should never cost you a dime. I don't like paying for stuff. I don't know if you do, but I don't, okay? So you can farm absolutely free. I've got a whole lot more tactics on how to do free farming in my book. Don't get stuck on it. The point that I'm making is, even when you do these big events, okay, in the homes that you hold open, all right, and it may be another EXP agent's house that you hold open. It might be your listing that you hold open, or whatever the case is. When people go to these, they're shocked. And they're like, wow, this is amazing. This is how you do all your, this is how you do all your open houses? Oh no, we don't call them open houses. We call them events. Would you like me to do an event at your house? Are you thinking about selling? You do, don't you? Yeah, you do. All right, well, here's my information. I can come and give you a free market analysis. I'll tell you what your home's worth, even if you don't want to sell in 6 to 8 months, 9 months, a year from now. It doesn't matter to me. I'm happy to come and tell you what your home is worth today. When can we set up an appointment? Okay. This is how you're meeting people in that neighborhood. By the way, write this down. Every listing that you take should have 4 closings. This is what a lot of people don't know about listings. Listings have babies. Listings have babies. So every listing that you take should generate another listing if you're doing all the stuff that Uncle Knolly teaches around that, okay? And you should get 2 good buyer leads that turn out, to be solid if you're doing it right. Okay, I teach a lot of marketing stuff in my book, so don't get stuck on that. Now let's talk about niche. Man, you're going too fast. Don't worry about it. I trust you. I'm speaking to your subconscious mind right now. So your subconscious mind can take stuff real fast. I don't know about you, GoGo, but I listen to my audibles at 1.6 times the speed because I like to go through books quick, okay? And so I'm talking fast. I'm giving a lot of information. Don't worry about it. You can slow it down, play it back. I just want to share this with you, and then we can jump right into a couple of questions that you might have. So the third bucket is your niche, okay? Your niche. You got a niche to get rich. I don't know how you say it. If you're in New York, you probably say niche. I don't like that because it doesn't rhyme with niche. I like, I'm from Texas. I live in Puerto Rico now, but I'm from Texas. So what is your specialty? If I'm looking at the Zoom room right now, what do you offer that most other agents in the room don't? And why should a client use you versus the person next to you? When you think about it, think about a doctor. A GP, a general practitioner, makes about $153,000 less, okay, less than a cardiologist. Yet they work 30% more. This is God's honest truth. This is statistics, I'm telling you. They work 30% more for less money. Why? Because a general practitioner, you can go to anyone. Hey, oh yeah, I'm going to get a new doctor. Oh, but you got a cardiologist? Forget about it. That person's going to be with you probably for life unless they do something really bad. And you'll pay a premium because now you're seeing a specialist. All right. So you have to specialize. You need to pick a niche where you say, hey, I'm going to do probate, divorce, whatever it is. You should have a niche. You should have a niche. And if you have all 3 of these buckets rocking, see, what a lot of people think is that when I was doing 6 to 10, actually I was doing 10, 12 listings a month, every month. Okay. They thought people were thinking I was getting the listings from one bucket. But the truth is, if you want to do 6 deals this month, okay, 3 are going to come from your SOI, 2 from your farm, maybe 1 from your niche, okay? Or if you're doing 10 deals, this is how mega agents, when you see them doing, 50, 60, 70, 100 deals a year or more, you're like, how are they doing that? Uncle Knolly's breaking it down for you. They might be getting 5 from their SOI, 3 from their farm, and 2 from their niche. They're not all coming from one source, okay? But I've got to tell you, those are the 3 biggest buckets that you can work for no cost, okay? I don't want to hear any excuses about being new to the game, new to the business. I got to practice on buyers. Brent Gove told me, you might have heard him say this, but Brent Gove said, I wish if I was to do it all over again, I wish that I'd had the courage to start working on sellers earlier than I did. I started working on it because I was tired of working with buyers. But it was, he thought, like many of you believe, or used to believe before Uncle Knolly came in and GoGo set you straight, that you can start working on listings today. You don't need to, and by the way, for me, I think it's an easier niche. I think it's easier than buyers personally because I don't have to do as much work. The truth is, there's only about 4 to 5 activities in the 46-step checklist that I have that require a license. Okay, everything else is really administrative, all right? So let me share with you 8 people. I know you're like, man, when is he gonna shut up and let me ask a question? Or don't worry about it. Uncle Knolly's got a few more minutes left, and then I'm gonna open it up. So 8 sources, I'm just gonna rattle through these. I'm not gonna share these with you because, like I said, I've got a video that breaks this down brilliantly. It's the GoGo hasn't bumped my spot out yet, so this is one of the top 5 videos on our EXP YouTube channel. Okay, it's really hot right now. It's got over 6,000 views.
Hold on, you're saying there's a challenge?
No, no. Oh, like that, huh? No, I'm not gonna challenge you. I am not going. There is no way I'm going up against GoGo. Forget about it. You know,
Now I'm going to YouTube channel. I'm checking all the videos.
Check out. Look, go to our YouTube channel. Sorted by most popular. Uncle Knolly's number 5. What's up? Because GoGo's sleeping. She's been sleeping. But I don't want to wake up Mama Bear because then I'm done. All right. So let me go through these 8 real quick. So trial listing is amazing. You don't know what a trial listing is, trust me. But when you learn that technique, you'll be using it all the time. Pre-NOD stands for pre-notice of defaults. That's a hot niche right now. Old expires, not expireds. Okay, I like expireds too, but old expireds is another good one. Your sphere of influence, we just talked about that. Probate. Probate is working with, people that, or their estates of people that are deceased. Okay, they've chosen to move on from this realm. And many times the property has to be liquidated. Divorce. Okay, divorce is at an all-time high. It's over 50% right now. So many times when a person experiences divorce, they've got to liquidate the property. And if you're a specialist in that area, you could be getting a lot of listings in that category. Circle prospecting is huge, huge. If you don't know about it, I write about it in the book, Success with Listings. And then I have the video I share with you about that as well. And then off the market listings. That's another thing that's starting to peek its head out. And if you're the person that knows how to create a hot sheet, a weekly list of off the market listings, you're going to be highly sought out, not only by sellers, but also buyers. Okay. So that's the 8 sources. Again, the video will explain, it's going to be 30 minutes of nothing but how to work, what those niches are, so you can decide which one of them, if any, that you want to specialize in. Okay, so now I want to get into real quick the 5 actions that you want to take right now to upgrade your success with listings, and then I promise I'm gonna shut up, okay, and then let the call go wherever it needs to go. How are we doing on time, GoGo? You got to. Am I over, or what are we doing here?
Nope, you're good. We can actually stay after the hour if you can to answer questions, if that's okay with you, because we have quite a few of them.
Okay. So we're already after the hour. So give me 5 minutes to go over this, and then I'll share with you a couple more things, and then Uncle Knolly can stay for a few minutes, no problem. Because the only thing I got after this is the beach. Okay.
Tell me one more time, Knolly.
What's that? The beach?
I said, tell me one more time.
Oh.
You like the beach.
That's it. You got a nice tan. You got a nice tan.
But I don't get to see the beach as often as you do. So I need to.
I'm gonna show you how to cure that in a minute. I got something for you. So the number one thing that you want to do right now is shift your mindset. Get out of this idea that you have to wait. Wait for what? You can start doing this right now. One of my favorite books for shifting your mindset is called The Power of Your Subconscious Mind. Okay, The Power of Your Subconscious Mind by Dr. Joseph Murphy. Super classic, incredible book. But you want to start shifting the way you think around your business in order to really attract and start getting a lot more of it. Number 2, I'm going to say do the 2. Okay, lead gen and appointments are the only 2 things in your business. In fact, if you only did 2 things in your business and everything else was done by someone else, you'd be working about 3 hours a day, and you'd be making $400,000, $500,000 a year in commission working that schedule. I'm going to show you what I mean by that. So 2 hours a day, I want you to be working that 4 days a week. You're in your lead generation bunker and you're generating leads for listings. You're generating listing leads. I've got a lot of videos on my YouTube channel where I teach you how to do this. I've got another book that's free. You pay the shipping, we send you the book. It's called Triple My Listings. Okay, triplemylistings.com. You go to triplemylistings.com, you get your free book. Because people ask me all the time, how do I get listing leads? Well, I wrote 27 different strategies for generating listing leads from 27 different areas. okay? And you pick the ones that work best for you. You don't have to pick, you don't have to do all of them. Pick 2 or 3 if you want to do 3, 4, 5 listings a month. You just pick 2 or 3 of them and you hit the road. But you got to do the 2. That's 2 hours every single day, 4 days a week of lead generation. Number 3, focus on listings. We've worn that horse out, so I won't say much more about that. Number 4, you got to become famous, okay? You think GoGo got where she is today by hiding, okay? Yeah, we like to curl up with a good book or put our head into a spreadsheet because we're a little bit reclusive if we allow ourselves to go down that road. But the truth of the matter is you got to show up. GoGo told me a long time ago, she's like, look, I'm a very private person, but for the sake of my audience, I get on there and I post regularly and I let people know what I'm doing. If you want to really do more business and make it easier for you, you got to become well known, okay? There's no merit in being a secret agent. You're not going to get any brownie points for doing that, okay? Got to become famous. And number 5, this is super important. Most people don't teach this and understand it. You have to lead generate according to your personality profile. Okay, let me say it again. You should be lead generating according to your personality profile. I've had a lot of people tell me, man, you need to be cold calling. You need to be door knocking. I've never cold called, okay, in my life. I don't do cold calls. And I just never have done it. That's just the type of person I am. Now, I have people in my group, they love cold calling, and more power to them, and I help them succeed with that. But that's not me, okay? So when you understand your personality profile, you take the DISC, you take the Genius test, you take the Passion test. There's a lot of tests out there. And you say, this is the type of person I am, and then you wrap your business around who you are, okay? You don't have to bend to the business. People told me in the beginning, man, you got to knock doors, you got to cold call. I never did it. And I still, outsold them all, okay? So that's the reality Uncle Knolly's got to bring to you. That's what we learned, okay? Now, you probably feel like this right now. Like, whoa, man, come on, Knolly, but slow down. I gotta get some questions in. To continue the story, subscribe to my YouTube channel, okay? Knolly.tv, Knolly.tv. And hold on a second, I think my wife is here. Let me check, hold on one second. There she is.
There's a free Tony Robbins disc test if you Google it. And maybe Lindsay can also include the 2 links that we have.
If you got a good disc test, what's up, Pete? My wife just came in from the beach. All right, all right. So there's a couple of free tests that I have too. So if you can't find a free one, let me know. This university, you go to 123test.com. They got a bunch of tests. Make sure you take the DISC personality test. But it's a university that put it out, so they don't really have to charge because they did it as a sort of a college, and it's absolutely free. 123test.com. So, but go to Knolly.tv, subscribe to my YouTube channel. Make sure you do that because I've got a ton of videos that are going to help continue the story for you, where we might have left off. We talked about your dream life. This is what you need, GoGo. This is the life not only do you desire, but you deserve. And you're making a lot more money than this. You got nights and weekends off. You're taking all the vacations. You're debt free. But the 3 hours a day, I just wrote a book on it. I don't know if you even knew this, GoGo.
I did not.
Yeah, McGraw-Hill. Basically we took the idea to McGraw-Hill. We took it to 3 publishers, and my guy was like, look, Knolly, I can't guarantee that McGraw-Hill or Hay House or Simon & Schuster will pick it up because these are the top 3 publishers in America, okay? They're probably, I don't want to get your hopes up, but this is a really big idea. And it came about, anyway, I won't even say how it came about, but this is the way I live my life, and I basically wrote a book about it called 3 Hours a Day. And I'm teaching how entrepreneurs can multiply their income while working less and living more. And so, yeah, so that's, the book is not out yet, but you can pre-order it. You go to 3hoursaday.com, 3hoursaday.com. So Proverbs 10:22 says, the blessing of the Lord brings wealth without painful toil for it, or the blessing of the Lord makes a person rich and he adds no sorrow with it. And I see a lot of people go getting rich, but they're working too much. and there's an easier way. The three types of freedom, I know you love them: financial freedom, time freedom, and location freedom. Okay, and most people go. This is them inside their business, and you've taken on a lot to where you've overcome to where you're not in the maze. See, when you're in the maze, you're putting out small fires. You don't know what's around the next turn because you're in your business all the time. But when you rise above your business, you get above the maze, you can see clearly, like really any idiot can see clearly when they get above the maze, which way to turn, go left, go right, turn here, no, make a left here. But it's hard when you're in the weeds and in the business every day. And so 3 hours a day really allows you to rise above it. At the beginning, what you're going to be doing is you'll still be working your 8 hours or your 10 hours, whatever it is, but your 3 hours a day is going to be specifically focused on the stuff that is really generating revenue. Because the truth of the matter is 10% of the things that you do right now today are bringing in 90% of your income. Okay. So if you only focused on that 10%, you'd be just fine. Okay. But in the meantime, until you're able to delegate, organize, systematize, and delegate it out, it'll be you, but you'll have to focus on those 3 hours. So it'll be 3 hours a day, time block, focused, until eventually you grow to the point where you're not doing any of the trivial stuff at all. And that's the path and journey of 3 hours a day. So, you can, for those that pre-order, because I want, not only do I want you to have the information, but I want to get our pre-order numbers up so we can knock the socks off of McGraw-Hill, and they can say, "Wow, this dude is crazy." So I highly encourage you to do it. 3hoursaday.com. Go pre-order it, and because of that, I'm giving away $297 of free bonuses for anybody that pre-orders now the book, and it will be out in a few months. So that's what. Yeah.
Get in the comments. Ordered.
Oh, that's sweet. I love it. I love you guys. So
tomorrow I want to talk to you about. Sorry, I didn't mean to freeze you.
No, I'm out. I'm gonna lay deep in the cut and let you have a word in.
Tomorrow I want to talk to you about publishing a book because I don't know anything about it.
Yeah.
So I have bought the title of my book a few years ago. Haven't had the time to write it, but maybe I'll take you up on this beach thing. Maybe I'm gonna start going down to my beach condo and sitting on my balcony and writing the book. Right.
That's what I did. 90 minutes a day is what it took me to write. Now you can actually have a ghostwriter do it, but we'll talk about that. That's really interesting process.
I actually want to check my book either because I wanted to stay true to me.
Mm-hmm.
So if I use the wrong words or if I misspell it or then and then, like I never know the difference of is it E or is it A. So I'm not going to spell check my book if they allow me to do that because I would want to keep it true to my level of English. But this is why it's so awesome, guys, and you get to meet people, right? Because everybody knows something that you don't. And when you have these connections, like tomorrow I can hang with Knolly and find out how to publish a book. But let's open
absolutely.
So,
absolutely.
There were a ton of questions in the comments. If your questions did not get answered, please unmute yourself so we don't have to read through all of them and ask away. Go.
Hey, I see somebody says, I just poked a bear. I like that.
So ask away, guys. Unmute yourself and go.
Oh, I see some genius comments. You must have said something there, GoGo. Brilliant, somebody says.
Oh, that was you. I was in the shadows today.
Okay, I'm going to ask a question. So once you take the DISC assessment and you find out where you are on the DISC, how would you know, like, what type of lead generation you should do? Like, is there a place to go that's like, hey, you have this?
Let me make it super easy for you. So when you pick up my book, Triple My Listings, okay, that's where I talk all about how to generate tons of listing leads. As you're going through, it's 27 ideas for free seller leads, okay? Now, when you're going through the book, it's Melissa, right? Is it Melissa? Yeah. See, I got to get my glasses on. Melissa, so when you're going through the book, you're going to go through your idea number 2. That's a dumb idea. I would never do that. I kind of like that one. Idea number 4. Nah, that's not me. Idea number 5. That's without you even taking the DISC test. So if you read an idea and it just doesn't ring for you, it just feels like icky, like it doesn't feel you. First of all, you have to know who you are. Okay, so when you read 3 hours a day, that's where Uncle Knolly starts. And this is what most people have never done, is they've never, GoGo did it when she was 29, I think she said, where she actually figured, I think at 29, or whatever age it was, where you figured out, this is who I am. Okay, that is,
Started figuring out.
that's step one. That's step one, because once you know who you are and you build your business on top of that, guess what? That allows your business to become fun and easy. See, a lot of people are like, man, I got to hustle, I got to grind. Yes, you do. You do have to do that, but that's a season. Hustle and grind is a season. Okay, it's not a life sentence. So when you're building a house, let's say you're building a custom home, Melissa, it might take 9 months, a year, maybe longer than a year to build that custom home, maybe right on the water, beautiful house, and they're hustling, they're grinding, they're building that house. But one day, someday, you should be able to move into the house and enjoy it. The purpose of a business is to serve the lifestyle of the owner, okay? The purpose of your business is to serve you, to serve your lifestyle. And if it's not doing that, are you working? Are you working, for your business? Is your business working for you, or are you working for it? It's those two things. So once you understand who you are and you bring that to your business, everything becomes fun and easy. Okay, this is your new affirmation, Melissa. I choose to make it fun and easy. I choose to make it fun and easy. I learned that from one of my teachers. And so you could have hustle and grind, or you can have ease and flow. Let me say it again. You can have hustle and grind, or you can have ease and flow. Now, those of us that have a big ego, like I had, my ego used to be so big that I barely put my hat on. That's why I never wanted anybody to tell me about EXP. I was arrogant. A lot of people try to tell me about EXP, but I'm good, man. That's what I would tell them. I'm good. I don't need to know about nothing new. A new model, forget about it. I was arrogant, okay? But when I put my pride aside, okay, and I said, wait a minute, there's probably some things I don't know. Let me look into this. And I did, okay? I was able to be educated and schooled. Now I come to everything with a beginner mind, all right? So the point is, Melissa, it's going to feel right to you or it's not, okay? But you do want to do the work to find out exactly who you are, how you operate, what creates deep and lasting happiness and fulfillment for you, okay? And then you wrap your business around that. The last thing I'm going to say about it is real quick. There was a buddy of mine who he was selling over 100 homes a month. How many? Over 100 a month. And he didn't like to meet with clients. He didn't like to meet with sellers. He didn't like to meet with buyers. He sucked at it. That's the bottom line. He just was a nerd. Like, he was bad with people. So he figured out a way to run his business where he didn't have to meet clients. And he still was balling over 1,000 deals a year. Okay? So don't let anybody tell you you have to run your business a certain way. It's not true. It's a lie.
Yeah, and I want to add on to that though, because you also want to take a look at when you're answering these questions, who's answering it? Is it
That's
your
right.
ego, or is it your soul? Right? Because sometimes
That's
we
right.
answer these questions with our ego.
Yeah, bad.
And you cannot grow in your comfort zone. So as much as the idea is to live our life in our life by design,
Yep.
right? You can grow in your comfort zone. So if you're answering these questions with ego, that's because your ego is telling you, oh no, I can't do that. I'm not GoGo yet because I don't have enough money, or I'm blonde, or I'm a girl, I'm a man, or I'm black, or I'm white.
Yep.
Right? So you gotta make sure that when you're looking at those questions, answering your disc assessment, you don't allow your ego to answer it. You have to, because what's gonna happen if you're trying to answer it truthfully, but you don't like the answer because you're staring yourself in the face,
Right.
you're going to allow your ego to answer it.
Yeah, and the ego,
a straight report about yourself.
the ego is always talking, and it's loud for most people. And this is why it's so important to figure out, the first step in 3 hours a day is to hone your superpower, because we all have a superpower. You have to understand what yours is, okay? You have to understand where you're weak and partner with others who are strong in those areas. And so, yeah, your ego is always talking so loud. And that's the reason why when I take these assessment tests, I typically take them with my wife behind me, and I'll answer probably 8. Now, we always tell you, those of us that teach, because I teach the disc and all that, we always tell you take it alone, don't have any help, all that kind of stuff. But I don't believe that. What I've come to understand for a lot of people is that it's easier if you have your partner with you that really understands you better than you know yourself, like, or they understand the blind spots. Because there's some things I'm like, oh yeah, that's me, and Josie's like, nah, that's not you at all. And and it may just only be 2 or 3 questions that I'm stuck on a little bit. And so it's always good to have somebody
Those
that
are probably the ones that your ego answered.
absolutely, absolutely, absolutely. But be as honest as possible, because it doesn't serve you to be false with these. By the way, when I took my, I'll just say this and I'll let it go to the next one. When I took my personality profile at Keller Williams, okay, I was at Remax for 5 years, Keller Williams for 10. I was recruited to Keller Williams by Gary Keller, okay, because I was the #1 agent in the city of Austin, Texas. #1 out of 9,800 agents. So Gary's office called me. I was at Remax, and he recruited me to Keller Williams. He was the reason I joined Keller Williams. And the point of it, why I'm saying that, is when I took the KPA, the Keller Personality Assessment, it said that I was 0% match, zero match for listing agent. Okay, so out of a scale of 1 to 100, I was a 0 for being able to be a lister. I'm actually a lead buyer specialist. That's my profile. Okay, so what I did was I knew that I love working buyers, and that's my profile, but I knew that I couldn't do the kind of volume that I wanted to do if I stayed in that paradigm. So I learned a way to do the listing business in my style, okay? And it's an introverted style, but it was very successful.
Well, that's awesome. When I took the Enneagram test, and I took it twice, I broke it each time. I did not get a number. So that's how. And also when I took the disc, my natural and my business, it's almost like you look at it like I'm bipolar.
Yeah, of course. Same here.
It's almost like a different personality.
Yep.
Because my business personality, I turn it on for money. Because I know that's who I need to be to make money.
Yep.
That's not where my comfort. My comfort is stay home alone and watch a documentary.
Exactly.
And you would think, if what you see from the outside of the world, you would think that I probably would want to go first at the party and last one to leave. if I'm the last one leaving a party because I was sleeping on the couch and somebody forgot to wake me up, right? That's my natural. So it is good for you to figure out who you are on paper and be faced with the truth, so then you can own it.
Absolutely.
So you know when you look at something of why you're reacting to that in a certain way, and then you have 2 options. You can say, okay, am I willing to turn something on that doesn't come natural to me because I know I can make more money that way?
Yeah.
Like, Knolly said, naturally he's a buyer specialist, and haven't worked with buyers because he turned on the other side because he knew he's going to make more money.
Yeah.
But that's not his natural comfort zone. So you can find ways of staying in your comfort zone, or you can force yourself to do it another way if you can figure out how you can make more money if there's another way of doing that. Yeah. And eventually become your comfort, because it'll become a habit.
Yeah, it does become a habit. And there's a way that you'll go about it that brings comfort to you. Just like the way that I call people is anyway, that's for another story. But I do.
Awesome. You have 3 things. I want to just say what Amy Mitchell put into the comments. She said, your ego is not your amigo.
Like that.
That is so good, right? That is so good. Your ego is not your friend. And then accountability, and then said, purchased entire package, triplemylistings.com. Should I also buy your other book? Will that, hold on, I have notes over here so I can't read it. Book, or will that info be in what I purchased?
Yeah, I'm not sure. I don't even know what you purchased. There are some upsells when you go to the Triple My Listing site.
That's what you thought.
And so I have an overnight celebrity success toolkit. Wasn't even going to talk about that, but that's you got to check it out. If you go to successwithlistings.com, there's a lot of stuff that I do that I've packaged up, like all my forms, my seller guide, my book actually, my pre-listing package. Everything's there, completely editable. So if you said, hey, I don't want to reinvent the wheel, I'm just going to ethically steal Knolly stuff and use it. There's a license fee, but then you get sponsors and they pay the entire cost. So there's no cost to you. It's actually 0 cost. So If you want to learn more about that, the question is there. Go to successwithlistings.com, and then you can, you can check it out. It's the Overnight Celebrity Success Toolkit, and that helps you get all the tools and just skip, having to reinvent the wheel, if you will.
So everyone, I want Knolly to feel the love because this was amazing. Thank you so much for being here, giving your time, and leaving the beach for us.
Oh yeah, I'm happy. All I had to do was throw a shirt on and put my hat. I'm good. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, that's so awesome. So I want you to feel the love. Can everybody say your thoughts about this presentation and thank Knolly for his time. Thank you so much, Knolly, for being here. I appreciate it so much. When I said that you're one of the most amazing humans I met at EXP, I mean it. You truly have a very kind soul, and you always come here and just give.
It's likewise. I feel the same. Thank you. And we kept them on. Look how many we kept a lot of you guys on here after class. So I appreciate that. Thank you so much.
And I want you to just glance at the messages very quick so you can feel the love before we turn this on.
Uh-oh, glasses time.
Yeah, glass time. So this is recorded, guys. If you're a Team GoGo agent, the recording is going to be in our private YouTube channel. And then if you're an outsider, if you signed up, not an outsider, sorry, a guest. If you're a guest, then you sign up with an email address, we have your information. And sometimes later, these recordings take a while to upload, right? But later when we have the recording, Lindsay is going to send you guys an email. But you can also go to my YouTube channel. So if you, thank you, Lindsay, yeah. So if you just go to my YouTube channel, the GoGo Becky one, and you go open to the public, it's going to be on there later. So you want to go find the open to the public training later, and you will be able to pause this, rewatch it, take notes if it was going too fast for you. But thank you so much, everyone, for showing up for yourself, learning something new today. Because you know the definition of insanity, doing the same thing over and over again and expecting a different result.
That's right.
If you want to have a different result, you have to be different. You cannot be the same person achieving something different. So thank you for showing up for yourself. Give yourself a pat on the back. Thank you, Knolly.
Thank you, GoGo. Hey,
thank you.
Reach me offline and we'll connect tomorrow. We'll get together.
Sounds
How
good.
far are you from Clearwater?
Oh, like literally the beach literally under Clearwater is Indian Rocks or Ballet or Bell Shores, whatever that is. Then Indian Rocks, Indian Shores.
Well, that's what's up.
15 minutes, not even.
Okay, cool. Yeah, I told her we're gonna be over there, so we're gonna go hang out. Yeah, you can come see. Hold on.
I'll see you tomorrow.
Hold on. Hey.
How is life on the beach?
Wonderful. We go to the beach every day back home in Puerto Rico, but we're going to Clearwater tomorrow, so we'll see you.
I'm so excited. I guess I'm going to see you tomorrow.
Yeah.
I'm super excited.
All
right.
God is on the beach, and I'm super jealous that you get to do that every day. So I'll be following your footsteps.
Yeah, you're gonna be right. You're right there. You're right there. So I'll help you fill in the gaps. Love you all. Thanks so much for.
Thanks, we love you back.
Okay.
Thank
Adios.
You. Bye, everyone.
Bye. Thank you.
Recording stop.
Yeah. I asked her at the beach. Hey, what's up? Okay. That's it. We're done. I was hanging out with my friend GoGo and on her channel today. So hope you got something out of this. I hope you got some inspiration to help you with I know that you got some inspiration to help you with your career, your listing career. A couple of things, don't forget, you want to get the book 3 hours a day. It's the latest book on McGraw-Hill. Super excited about that. And it's launching soon. If you're after July 2023, then the book is already out. If you're watching this right now, like closer to when it was recorded, then you pre-order it and you got a bunch of goodies, almost $300 worth of goodies that you get just for pre-ordering, because I want to get our pre-order numbers up. So Uncle Knolly's just throwing as much as I can at you so that you get it early rather than late, because you're going to get it one way or another. You're going to want that book. You absolutely want it in your arsenal. Also, if I can help you in any way, let me know. Subscribe to my YouTube channel. Be sure to do that because we've got a lot of great stuff. Check out GoGo. Check out everything that she's doing as well, because she has an incredible group here at EXP that she operates. And she's a woman of integrity, a person of integrity, and she's a great entrepreneur. She came to this country with just a few dollars in her pocket and has built an incredible life here. So with that, I'm out. I love you. I appreciate you. And I'm going back to the beach, back to the beach. Follow me on Instagram if you want to see where I'm at every single day.